What was that? Okay, we are live. Let me just get this going here. Let me just get this going, and we're gonna wait for some people to come in. There's gonna be some new. There's gonna be a bit of a new format here. The live streams are gonna be because I'm doing the health and wealth. I have to make videos for both segments, and so the live stream will be very important as a bridge for everything, especially to go over stuff like important things that happen inside of power group trades, and another, a communication with everybody. So stay tuned for a lot of great things happening in the channel here. A lot of great ideas, the way I'm structuring my videos for YouTube, and so on and so forth. I'm getting a lot more ideas. We need to focus on adaptive thinking. Hello Dexter, hello Danish, hello David. I'm just gonna wait for a few more people. Hello Mez. We're gonna be doing something new. We're gonna really be discussing key facts that happen, reviewing what's going on in power group trades, and telling people why you want to become a member inside of power group trades. Unlike a lot of services out there, I post plans that move the markets, that go in sync with the markets. If we go back with the SPY, even just 3 weeks ago, I warned about the SPY. I warned about the SPY needing to test lower, the 260 area. Now, I said 260, meaning that that would be a bounce area, but I needed to make updates, in which I did. And now I'm going to be making the explanation of everything and the follow-through. I just posted a video on Goldman Sachs. Now, let's talk about Goldman Sachs here, okay? Let's talk about Goldman Sachs, okay? Now, before I talk about Goldman Sachs, we're going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about this candle. Now, you can see as the SPY was dropping, we pierced just a little bit 260, but they reversed it about 300 points within about 10 minutes. That was a sign number one. Sign number two, I identified Goldman Sachs not being affected by the market's weakness. And inside of power group trades, I posted a plan on Goldman Sachs, but it's not just that Goldman Sachs in the charts, in a lot of my rules, I identified a reversal, that the market, the Goldman Sachs was saying, you know what, this market, we're not going lower, we're going to make a bounce, okay? And of course, we don't just go into Goldman Sachs straight up like this, right? We needed to wait for confirmation. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to put Goldman Sachs up here. And you can see, what did Goldman Sachs do? It popped. Now, I can assure you, people like Stock Clown, all they did was spread negative factors. Oh, the market, even news, oh, the market's going to collapse. Meanwhile, do you see what the SPY did? Do you see the bounce we received? Okay. Do you think those people were prepared for those bounces? So we made money to the downside. We made money to the upside. Adaptive thinking. You're talking about a guy who's led the market higher since February 11, 2016. All documented. The people who understand, the people who study the market on a daily basis, at least if you want to succeed in the market, you need to be following me or the market on a daily basis. Okay? And you have yours truly. I call myself the big picture expert. Really, I am the big picture leader. That's a much higher level. And that's what I decided to call myself now, the big picture leader. And I'm going to demonstrate this. So here's Goldman Sachs, right? It's just identification skills. It's just my rules. And I've proven, if you look at my live streams, you'll see what I said about the market, about Apple, and everything happened. Just like I said, right? Too powerful. Too powerful. This is the facts. And people inside of Power Group Trades, they know this fact. So here's the options for Goldman Sachs. Now, actually, I'm not. So we put up November 16, and we're gonna put up the calls. And what I do inside of Power Group Trades is I post a plan like this, basically, and I explain what I want to do, what has to happen. And we prepare for the market the next day. Specific plans, and the stocks have to meet a specific, it's not just simply, oh, we buy them, but they must meet a specific criteria. Well, as you can see, we made the money in these options. And again, now there's still an upside move to Goldman Sachs, but one of my targets for Goldman Sachs was in the plan $230. Well, look at that high, 229. Pretty close to hitting the target already, right? And the options made about, at that high, close to about 100% gains, right? Because the entry where I got in was $770 per option. $770 per option, right? Again, this is all witnessed inside of Power Group Trades because I post the confirmation, right? And actually, we went a little bit early, but if you had waited for the actual signal from that point, then it was about $815 per option. So it was about another, what? $35 per option more expensive to wait a little bit more, right? But other than that, and practically the options made about 100%, and this is from posting. Don't forget now. Let's put up the SPY here, right? So I put up the SPY here, and the SPY, there was a lot of fear, and so my job is to adapt to the market, right? So I had to tell everybody what we have to do with when we do get into plans, how we must adapt, how we must hold specific levels in stocks. You got to look at the closing. If you were to put a stop on a day like this, okay, and not wait for the closing price, you would have got stopped out. We did not, and so positions went up, okay. So we had to make an adaptive measure of what needs. Well, I made an adaptive measure of what needs to happen in order to. It's like when you were shorting, like we missed some shorting plans, okay? The idea was correct, but off by one day just simply because of not waiting for the follow through. In other words, sometimes you have to lose money in order to avoid losing money. It may sound funny, but I'll explain you the situation and why I made this adaptive thinking, because I was so correct on so many things. It's just insane, and it pumps me up all the time. So let me explain what I mean by NVIDIA here. So I'm going to take NVIDIA here. So we were short NVIDIA with puts here. The market, no, sorry. This day here. Well, what happened was we went up, okay? And when we had did this, when we had did this, right? It was other things. It was Apple as well. But the problem was that the next day, everything followed through lower. Okay. And what I realized was every single plan. Now, things like Home Depot and Caterpillar, those trades worked very well. But the management in those were different than the management in something like NVIDIA. And it was just the timing of the market conditions, okay? So, hello. So, I had to make what's called an adaptive measure, and I believe the market, we need more we need to make new adaptive measures through 2018, 2019. Now the market is setting up. By the way, we had a great bounce, but we still need a monthly close in the SPY. And when I get that information, this is why every day the market gives us new information, right? And then we need to adapt to the new information. So I had to make adaptive measurements. I saw a lot of reasons for a SPY bounce and 260. Now, this is where a lot of people do not have the skill. No penny stock traders can do this. This is in another league in itself. This is why I'm called the big picture leader. There were people very bearish. In fact, there were people telling me, why are we getting into more puts? I said, listen, I had told one of somebody who I manage stuff where I said, listen, we're near a bounce zone. Okay, we don't want to go into puts now, right? And look at, behold, let's take a look at the SPY here. Was I right? Now, you have the stock clown telling people that market's going to collapse. Stock clown looked again like another clown, right? No skill, I told you. These old world thinkers cannot adapt. You know, the guy's been wrong since SPY 225, but yet he wants to tell people, he wants to teach people, right? Listen, people, I'm done warning people about how bad this bad advice and how I'm about the best there is out there, right? The best there is. If you study the truth, you want to learn the truth, you want to study my created playlist on my YouTube channel, you want to subscribe, you want to follow along. You don't need to take the trades, but you want to study. And the truth will set you free. But if you want, like, I'm not going to be the run-of-the-mill. There's rules you need to follow. You need to really understand what I'm about. There's no free rides in this world. You need to put some effort and work and study. You need to see, you need to understand things, okay? So that's what I'm doing. I have great people who do understand that, and that's what I am targeting, people that want change. A lot of people don't want change. They want to stay stuck in a rut, okay? That's the reality. They want to be stuck in a rut and lose, right? In order to change your circumstances or your health or whatever it is, you need to change whatever you've been doing. And a lot of thinking and ideology, mainstream thinking, is just completely wrong, right? You're not going to make... All the old world examples of how to make money in the market are completely wrong. It's the different era now. You can't be thinking back in how people were thinking in the year 2000. This is why I talk about a word called adaptive thinking, okay? This fixes everything, adaptive thinking, okay? So let's take a look at this movement in the SPY in just 2 days. So let's take a look at that low here. The low, 259.85. Today's high, 273. A 1,300 point swing to the upside. What did I warn my client? I warned my client about a bounce coming. I followed it with plans in Goldman Sachs and NVDA. I posted inside the Power Group trades, winning trades. In great fear, by the way. Stock clown could not do what I did, nor could most services out there. They are stumped because they don't have these tools or the thinking capacity. I now notice from how I handled this whole market drop to the bounce, I had to make some adjustments because we were so used to different, like the market conditions, they changed. Now, I talked about the monthly charts in the SPY, so we're going to go to the monthly charts in the SPY. Okay, so we'll go to the monthly charts in the SPY. Now, these monthly charts, you're going to have, I talked about, we're going to have pauses in the market. And we've had this pause, a great pause in the market now. The question is, does the market go any lower, or does it just chop here? Now, this is a scenario. My scenario is this. Market, unless I see any changes, what I'm seeing in key structures happening, the market is going to do two things. We're not going to go lower at this moment in time, but I believe we're going to, we can chop. We could chop because we've got a nice range here. You see here, we have 3 months up, okay, up bars. With a 1 month, well, we actually took out, we had 1 month pause. Now, we make great gains going long, not short like a clown, right? Long, right? Well, the clown's still losing money. We're making money in plans, right? But then, this month, of course, to go long wasn't good. Where the money was in puts plays. And we had some good plays, but some of them we got out early because of, I needed to make adjustments. But we're talking about 1 day. Now, billionaires are wrong by 6 months, a year. You know, we're talking about in some of their plans. in option plans, we can't be wrong. We cannot be wrong by long, and we weren't wrong. We were wrong. Well, I wasn't wrong. We had to make an adjustments in how our stops had to be a little bit bigger. That means there was no losses in every plan I posted, whatever put plan it was, NVIDIA to Netflix to Amazon. It doesn't matter what it was, to FedEx. Everything was a win, 100%. But when I didn't win, it's because the stops were, even CVX. CVX, it was very, okay, I'm going to put, actually I got to talk about CVX here, so let me change this back to the daily here. And we're going to talk about CVX as another example. This is a part of the education to explain some things here of why I'm always adaptive thinking. Because the market, we are in a new era. In other words, let me explain this. This market and the market dynamics have never been seen before, ever before, because we are in a new era. In other words, Amazon wasn't as successful back in the year 2000 or in 2010, and we're going to look at an Amazon chart to explain this to you, why we are in a new era. It's a technological era, right? And certain industries are collapsing and certain industries are rising. You don't have a bubble market like you did before, right? Because we have true growth. Amazon, the numbers of Amazon, the money Amazon makes are astronomical numbers. And there's a lot of sub-companies through Amazon, a lot of small companies, a lot of people being able to run businesses through Amazon. So this is a new dynamic that wasn't seen. People were not making the same kind of money in 2012, 2013, and so we'll say from 2010, we'll say to now, 2018, as they were in the year 2000 in a stock like Amazon. And actual small companies, thousands and thousands of small companies operating or making a living through the use of Amazon, not to mention that Amazon's making money from the sales. So these are different market conditions and economic, and of course there's more, what's the word here? Instead of traditional employment, there is more small companies being born, more, what's the word? Entrepreneurship has grown largely, right? You have people, YouTube channels, some people who were making millions doing YouTube channels, entertaining people. That could have never happened in the year 2000 or 2010 in the way it's happened, in that, we'll say that 2010, it started really growing, right? Where you've got people that simply open up a YouTube channel and got a lot of attention, and through entertainment purposes, and are making more money than people who go to school 10 years or more money than those people will ever see, and they made it in a year, than most lawyers and doctors will see in a lifetime. This is just the reality here. This is the change in the market dynamics. So in CVX, we needed to hold. I talked about that we need to stay below 120. In other words, we're used to making money pretty quickly in our option plans. Usually they're in a day or two. And sometimes, especially depending on the stock, you have to hold longer, and as long as the stock doesn't violate a key levels. And I talked about 120. Now, for days we were in this, and we had to wait 1, 2, 3, 4, and it took actually about. Now, that people say that's pretty for us waiting, and this is the problem in adaptive thing. For us to wait, usually on our plans, for us to wait a week and a half to make gains is a long time. That's how good we are. That's how good I am. And in adaptive thinking, and it depends on the stock you're in, you need to hold things correctly. Sometimes you have to hold for a day or two extra due to market conditions. And so that's an explanation here in education, especially for people who do miss the live stream. I think that from this live stream, when they see the difference here of the education and explanation, because that's what we're going to be doing in these live streams, people. I have some new ideas of how I'm going to make videos, how I'm going to treat Twitter and YouTube, because I keep learning on exactly how to do these things. I have some ideas that I'm working on for growth. I'm combining the best of both things that I did that attracted the right kind of people. And obviously talking about the stock clown does not do that. It is a waste of time. A clown is a clown. I could warn people about how a person isn't good, but it doesn't really help me. It doesn't help me anymore. And again, some people just want, that's up to a person to figure out. I've done my job warning people of there's a lot of stock clowns out there, and I tell it how it is, right? You know what I'm saying? So CVX, Goldman Sachs. So let's go back to okay, NVIDIA. NVIDIA. So let's talk about NVIDIA here. So again, there was great fear in NVIDIA, and we actually entered this day right here. I want to show this. I want to go inside of Power Group Trades. Give me a second here. I want to go inside of Power Group Trades, and I'm going to give me a sec as I look here. Why? Let me give me a sec here as I pull this up. I want to show people. This is a new thing I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to show what I said about NVIDIA here, okay? And we're going to do this like this in this case, okay? Because NVIDIA didn't move. So inside of Power Group Trades, NVIDIA reversal setup, low risk, high reward here on confirmation. So let's click on this. And here's what I said. NVIDIA can bounce towards 230, making this a very low risk, high reward reversal. Sometimes, I've typed this very quickly. High rewards reversal play. The November 16 210 calls could be used. So here's the 210 calls now. At the time, they're showing at $800 an option. And you can see that it was at 183.33. So NVIDIA will need over 180.93 area to confirm from this point. So I'm demonstrating inside of Power Group Trades. And I did this on the fly. This is during market, because this was done during market, as you can see here, 10:59 a.m. During market open, I saw the opportunity. I did the analysis and then posted the plan inside of Power Group Trades. And this is a demonstration of the analysis skills that I have. Now, this was done in very difficult. This is where great fear in the market, right? A stock clown telling people it's going to drop the market, right? Because he has no skill. Like, I have the skill. It's as simple as that. There's just I know what I have, and I have that. What's the word? When you have that confidence, you know how correct you are. I'm the kind of guy where I can make a lot of people rich. Anyways, I have skills beyond skills. So anyways, and again, and if anybody's lucky to be led by me, the market leader, in other words, helping people who don't have large accounts, I'm showing this with options, right? So I'm helping people, but to do that, it takes incredible timing skills. And it's harder than, that's why a lot of people can't do it, but when under the guide of a market leader, you can. And that's the purpose of this, right? The amount of work it takes and study and what I develop, you don't have a prayer. Most people don't have it. I can assure you this. You don't have a prayer. If you're losing money in the market, you continue to lose the money without a market leader on your side. All right, now. So let me close this here. So you can see what I said here. And then I said NVIDIA confirming with the November. You can see the likes and everything because these are people that are seeing it. They're witnessing it. NVIDIA confirming with the November 16 210 calls at $900 an option. So let's go take a look at today's, and this is just one day. So let's go take a look at today's, let me just minimize this over here. So here's NVIDIA, and we're going to go to the calls now. Now you can see that the 210 calls closed at practically $1,600. So they're up about 900. Yeah, they're up about $700 per option, okay, which is about 70%, right? So let's say you invested and you can see that it was in your favor. So you were in since here, right? This day here, right? And then the market pops up higher. Now, again, this was done. These are two reversal plays identified in the very difficult market conditions. You show me anybody out there, and you took the trades, you made the dollar bills. Our win rates are through the roof. Sometimes what I've studied is you gotta actually be able to hold a 50-60% loss sometimes in order to get the gains in the options. You don't lose until you sell. Now let me give you an example. In our Netflix short, we sold. I think I sold Netflix for a break even. And it ended up being a couple 100% winner. When this happened, I study the facts. I said, listen, we need to make adjustments in how because we're trading, we're so used to with tighter, that market conditions when you have increased volatility, that we haven't had this volatility that we've had in the past few weeks, we haven't had in a very long time, okay? And therefore, I had to make an adaptive measurement thinking now of what has to be done for now anyways. And then again, a market adoption is key to survival, ultimate. So I know exactly what to do. I have even increased my adaptive abilities even further. So the win rate is through the roof, people, when I add in more adaptive measurements, okay? My plans are that great. I mean, a lot of people can't do this. They don't have the mindset or the skills. I can assure you this. Because they don't adapt to think, right? Dinesh FedEx, and he thought, well, tomorrow's earnings, so we're gonna probably. I would suggest a look to take to exit Apple on option because it's option play. So, for example, for me, I'm a long-term holder in the stock, so I don't need to hold options in Apple. Again, I was massively correct. The big picture in Apple, you know, unlike the stock clown that said people to short Apple at 140.
You won't be able to get up to,
you know what I'm saying?
You should be in bed already.
In order to short the market, yeah, go to my kids. Anyways, listen, go to bed. I mean, sorry. You gotta adapt to the market. Okay, always adapt to the market, and I've clearly shown this in fear. Just like I said, just from this day here, right? There was a lot of fear here, right? Let's take a look at the SPY, right? A lot of fear. People thinking it's going to go lower. In my metrics, we needed to confirm. If we don't confirm something, this was more of a short. Oh, you know, you talk about FedEx. Okay, let me. So FedEx right now, a short answer is that FedEx. FedEx is something not in my favor. Let me just see something here, people. You're gonna look at that screen for a bit. I need to take a look at something. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. I had to just to see something quickly. Yeah, so a FedEx is a stock where it's not the best setup due to in my parameters. So I've been focusing on other things, like for example, Goldman Sachs, NVDA. It's because they were better set up for a bounce. You notice that? I mean, a lot of stuff bounced. I mean, FedEx did bounce, but it wasn't, in my books, the best setup. A lot of things bounced. Let's put it to you this way. A lot of things bounced, but the identification process for me was, and even, you know, BA, as I was talking about BA bounced much more than I thought, but I knew that if it would rebound over 340, that would be bullish for the market. Well, let's take a look at BA here, right? So these are the things I do discuss with my group. We were discussing this is honest to God truth about BA. I didn't go into BA, but I did talk about BA reclaiming 340, and that would be a good sign. And it did. Well, you can see where we hit a high, right? This is where people like the stock clown cannot see, or a lot of old world thinkers they cannot see the big picture. They are. If you're a scalper, stay a scalper. Don't give advice when you say you're a scalper. Why do you trade? Let me ask you guys a question. If you're a scalper mentality, why do you hold shares and be wrong 100 points and just wait for it? Like, why do you do that? A scalper, well, let me define what a scalper is. You go in and out of the market. You don't hold positions. You don't give advice long term. You're a scalper. Right? I'm a directional trader. In other words, I give direction for the market. Right? I've done it for the SPY. That's more complicated, and that's a higher level trader. Okay. You got penny stock traders. They are very low traders. Okay. A guy who can forecast market direction, that's another class in itself. So that's what I am. I'm in this class, but I can help people in options. In other words, instead of trading penny stocks, you're buying stuff like BA, FedEx. We made great gains in real companies that really move the market, not penny stocks. Penny stocks, most of them are garbage, right? So you're playing the wrong dynamics. It's not what moves the market. What moves the market is the market. You know, what's the SPY? What's the SPY? You know, what's the SPY doing? What's all the other indexes doing? And also what are key stocks doing, which is a more advanced technique I used. So I look at a lot of key metrics and how are they stacking up to my rules. I identified Goldman Sachs is stacking up to my rules. And if Goldman Sachs is a bank, right? So let me explain this to you. So if Goldman Sachs is a bank and the bank doesn't want to drop, that means the SPY was going to most likely want to bounce, and it was giving those signals. See, this is a skill that most don't have, right? Because they're little pop traders. They're looking at their scanners and just looking for pops, right? They don't know what pop, and they're in and out. They can't hold. Like I demonstrate in my plans from start to end that you could have held options and made gains. We're talking about serious gains with detailed plans. This is never seen before. I haven't seen anyone do it like this. They can't. So the future is bright for those who want to listen to PowerTarget Trade. The market, the big picture leader. That's what I am. I'm going to demonstrate this, and I want to attract those type of people who are serious to learn about the market, not lazy people who don't have a clue about the market, don't even know what I'm about. If you don't understand what I'm about, how can I help you, right? How am I supposed to help you when my YouTube channel, okay, it's super proof of what I do. It's constant proof. And there are people who understand what I'm doing. And of course, they know who they are, and they've sent me gifts, right? That's never been done before either, right? You know, I have Eric who sent me 7 gifts, $200 gifts, right? And it's because of people like him that are also helping other people, right? Because it sure isn't the lazy people on Twitter, on most of the Twitter out there, on the thing who looking for that quick thing. They don't want to put the time to learn about the market. Just want that quick buck. Nah, you got to know what you're talking about. You got to know what you're doing. You got to be paying attention to the market. And listen, people, I have so many people that come in that I've brought into Power. I have a better system now. They're brought into Power Group trades, and I kick them out. Do you know why? They're too lazy to follow the market. How do you expect to make money in the market when you're not paying attention? You have to pay attention. If you want to succeed in the market, especially with options, you need to pay attention to the market, and I do, on a daily, listen carefully, daily basis. But also I put in a lot of other study, a lot of tools. In other words, you don't have a chance to make money without an assistance. This market conditions are baffling the professionals out there, okay? I explained this back in April of the market. You know, I've called market turns, or what the market was going to do, incredibly accurately. So I know my system is very powerful, and I'm only improving. In other words, I'm not the same as I was 1 year ago. Even though that led me to make money, you need to continuously improve and evolve. You know, traders like, for example, Dan Zanger haven't evolved. They've just made money through their old ways of whatever they think, right? Most of the stuff that they do, most people don't make money in what they say because they don't even follow their own rules. You can do your own research for yourself. Most people do not follow. Maybe a small 5% of the people will make it in his thing because his rules and all the trades he puts out there, most of them don't work, and he's admit them. They don't work, but you got to take little scratches. Now, it sounds great, so take a scratch trade. But if you miss the winning, which you can't because you guys can only have people buy in expensive stocks, right? $100, $200. Doesn't have option advice, right? So they can't help a broader range of people, right? So that's another story. So to make money in options, you need better timing skills, and you have to have better rule sets, right? If you say you need this volume criteria, that volume criteria, whatever, and then the stock doesn't do that, but it works, then you boast that it worked, where's the proof? If your instructions didn't match anything, in other words, he's explained, and this is the fact, is that he's told people that And listen, I've done the study. He's told people that he does not get into most of his own, listen carefully here, most of his own trades. Go do the research. He said it, statedly. He does, because it doesn't meet his volume criteria. We get into all of our plans. All of our plans, we get into all of our plans. Win or lose, well, we win more than we lose. So that is the difference between me and a lot of people, because a lot of people post plans, they don't get into them. Do your research. They do not. They don't. It's easy to post 20 plans. I posted people, honestly. Let's go into Power Group Trades. Let me show you. Let me show you what I posted. Let me show you. Let me show you. Okay. I posted about NVIDIA, right? You can see that over here, right? I posted about Amazon. By the way, let's take a look at Amazon here, right? Amazon can move back over. Let me show you this, people. I'm gonna blow people's minds right now. Okay. Here's Amazon, right? October the 30th. Amazon plan I'm looking for. Just to power my advice. Only what I posted, and let's see the outcome. I want you to do the mathematics for yourself. I want you to think about this here. Let's take a look at Amazon now. At the time, those options cost $1,300. Okay. Now Amazon never confirmed now I'll show you the update I made here. What you had to do today was we had to buy it in the 1565 area, but the options ended up costing $1,650 to $1,700 per option, right? So a lot of people might be afraid to jump into something like that. But those options doubled today. Okay, so that was a plan that I posted, right? And you can see that. That's a win. So NVIDIA a win, Goldman Sachs a win, Amazon a win, Twitter. Now Twitter is more of a long-term plan, so I talked about Twitter. This plan, if you look at what the stock has done since the October the 30th, okay, and Goldman Sachs, okay. Now, in this week, that is all I posted. Goldman Sachs, NVIDIA, Amazon, okay, plans, not just plans on what to do, okay, Amazon, Goldman Sachs, Twitter, and NVIDIA, 100% win rate. I want you to sink in your head. This is documented, and my followers, my group members, they know this truth. They know it. This is why my stream gets likes, retweets. The serious people know the truth. They know what is what. 4 plans. That's it. 4 plans, not 20 plans. 4 plans. Okay, I want you to think about this. 100% wins. Who does that? Nobody. And I know I have this ability. I have this skill. I have a lot of power beyond a lot of people out there. And I worked hard for this, to study the market, to understand things, to be an adaptive thinker, to be a market leader, to take these responsibilities. I want you to think about that, people. And I want you to show me anybody who's done that. No service can do that. All my members know it. They witness it. Can you tell me some people over there who are in here, have you witnessed what I said this week? How many plans did I post? These 4 plans. That triggered and confirmed that I posted. Were they winners, people? And in scary market, they were winners, right? Yeah, BA, but the problem was Dexter, BA, and Tesla. The BA, I never made a plan for BA or Tesla. We talked about, I talked about BA and Tesla, but no plan was posted. But the idea was correct. And it's in the ability to be an adaptive thinker and to understand what is the market saying. And it's my rules, it's through my scans I developed that allows me to see this. It's a lot of work and improvement and development. This is where nobody can touch me at. That's why I said to the stock clown, if you want to challenge me, go ahead. I will gladly do it. We'll sign the papers. You can't match me. I know you can't do what I'm doing with options and guide people that way. I would do it. If I would gladly do it with him. I want to do the duel. I've said to him to do it. He won't do it. The guy chickens out. What do I see for Netflix? You know, Netflix is probably a reversal plan too. But you know what? There was just so many things happening. Remember, I don't post plans unless I plan to get into things. Yeah, this one just happened to do it today. You know, Netflix, as you can see what I've drawn here, there's something happening with Netflix, but that is something I will have to make some more analysis and there's just a lot of things happening. And I try to post the highest probabilities for my group members or for what I do. If it's this is what I'm saying, like what I'm doing, okay? Even the people who I manage money for, it all came through free will. People, you know, who understood, who actually followed and studied, say this guy knows what the hell he's doing. You know, and I was asked by one of, you know, again, I have this specific, and this guy is also an important part of the group, Investor Sod, okay, who had contacted me, and this is another reason why I continue doing this format for now, anyways. Is because he wanted me to, you know, manage everything. So, you know, I got the stock count saying, why don't you do this way? Listen, I don't get paid to tell people what to do on every metric. What I'm demonstrating of my abilities. And you can still make money, but you need to manage it yourself, right? You know, I don't get paid for management. I have to do some sort of management service, right? The person who wants me to tell them, because anyways, I don't want to get into that part of it now. Well, NVIDIA was more of a bounce play because of the downward pressure and the thing. As long as NVIDIA continues, because it's still on the uptrend, and we have time in those options. I'm only looking at it that way. You know, my goal was to make 100% gains in the options, and I mean the market bounced a lot faster and harder than I anticipated. I mean, I couldn't be happier. But again, it also proves my analysis skills are top notch of why the market would bounce, and I had to make these adjustments and plans. So I'm very happy of the outcome, people. But can I catch everything? Of course not, because there's so many things happening, right? But I identify within a small parameter. This is what's unique about me. In a small parameter, which is not, this is you, and then make plans and we capitalize, right? And that's what the live stream is going to be about, showing what's been happening. And then the YouTube will be separate, will be videos doing stuff as well. And then the Twitter, I'm going to be having a new format because I want to, you know, reach the right kind of people. And to do that, we need to educate and answer questions to the people that want change in their life, right? And then again, what's different about me is the health side of things, okay? Again, health is another issue a lot of people do have. It's a big problem in the world, okay, with diabetes and obesity and all these things. And again, I talk about one solution that you need to understand what to do. It's a lifestyle and a way of thinking that solves that too. Because like I tell people, what's the point of making money if you don't have any health? Okay? You take Steve Jobs, for example, you know, multi-billionaire, was great at making money, but not so great at taking care of his health. I want you to think about that. So then, what do you really, you know, all he did was make Apple very rich, the company very rich, right? So that's what he really did, but it cost him his life. But anyway, that's another story. Something for you to think about, right? See, you don't want to make money at the cost of your health. You want to make money and have your health. That is true wealth. I want you to think about that. Who gives you that advice? Do you think any stock clowns out there have this mentality? I'm the leader in this metric alone, in this group alone. Okay, I want you to think about that. All right, time is it? Yeah, because of this live stream, we're gonna make them, you know, They're about an hour. And I may make, it depends. It'll be an hour if I see fit. So I think I talked about what I wanted to talk about, the main things here. Right now, the market, it might need to relax a bit, okay? Or we're looking for follow through, and I'm looking for the right things to follow through. So you can't just get into the market. You have to have a plan. Now I have a plan for that, and I'll be posting that inside of Power Group Trades. Now, I always explain to people. I'm gonna put up my my Twitter over here. You know what you want to do is you want to study this pin tweet video, and it explains how to become a member inside Power Group. Listen, you have to do this. Listen, I don't just accept anybody into Power Group Trades. You have to understand what we're about. And if you're not going to take the time to understand what we're about, how can I help you? There's no quick rich. Listen, if you understand what I'm about, and you're able to take action, then become a member inside of Power Group Trades. Or even if you don't want to take action, but you understand what's going on and you just want to follow along, then get yourself into Power Group Trades. But don't think that I'm looking for. I'll prove this to you people. I'll show you something. I'll show you how many people there's a waiting list inside of Power Group Trades because they don't do the right things. I'll prove it to you. Nobody understands that. I don't take anybody. So we're gonna go to we're gonna go to followers here. I kick people out. I want you to read this here. 73 pending follower requests. You see that, stock clown? Do you know why they're not inside of Power Group Trades? They're not following the rule. They're just, listen, I told people I just don't want any followers. I know people think that if they got 10,000 followers, no, 10% of that could be actually worthwhile people. This is what my studies show, right? How do I know who's a real? This is how I figured it out, system out with this power. This is how I figured out. People willing to take the time to do this and follow rules, pay attention. I have a lot of experience. That's why 90% of the people are going to fail and lose in life. And that could be you. Unless you can get yourself into Power Group Trades and listen to my rules. Then you have a chance. If not, you don't have a chance. So you heard it from me now. Listen, if you're a lazy bum, what do I need you for? I don't need you as a follower. You're worthless to me. Lazy bums don't get anywhere in life, right? You can't follow rules, simple rules. You follow them. People are that dumb out there. Dumb. That's why those 73 people are dum-dums. Why do I want dum-dums in my group for? For what? They ain't gonna go anywhere in life. They're too dumb. They can't even follow simple instructions. There you go, people. I tell you how it is. I cannot have dum-dums. Don't want them. I know. There's a ton of dum-dums out there. Tons of dum-dums out there. Tons. Sea of dum-dums. Sea. You understand what I'm telling you, people? Sea of dum-dums. And they want to make money in the market. Even if you have the best leader. You're a dum-dum. How are you going to make money still? You can't even get inside of Power. You can't even follow simplistic rules. And you want to make money in the market? Are you nuts? Keep your money in the bank and be broke. But don't go into the market. The market, you gotta be a shark. You gotta put time and effort. Anybody tell you you don't have to put time and effort or understand anything? They're lying to you. I know the time and effort I put into this. I know what success people do. I have people who send me money. Those people are definitely serious people that want success in life. I have the stories of Dinesh. And I have even, for example, and Eric. And what did I learn about those people? They follow the rules. They send gifts. They understand what I'm about. And that's what I want. Those type of people that, that are serious. And I know what serious people are. I know from the gifts I received, right? I know. And again, a majority of the people are not serious. They're looking for their next, and they'll follow just about anybody. And when they see that, they'll go to somebody else and not even understand anybody's thing. Doesn't work that way. You're gonna lose. You follow people. I'm only telling you how it is, the truth, right? You know, I do these live streams, and if people, the people that are serious want to come to the live streams, maybe want to ask me questions. Thank you for Twitter handle. I am follower on StockTwits. I will join you on Twitter as well. Thank you. Sweatpill. How did you? So you were in StockTwits. So what drew you to go to Twitter to see me? That's a question I have for you. How did you come to the Twitter? Because I haven't been on StockTwits for a while. I think StockTwits is a clown zone. It's just full of clowns over there. My mistake was to try to battle a clown to prove him wrong, and that was my mistake because it didn't do anything positive for me, anyways. But at the same time, I just think that StockTwits is full of clowns. How to join? Well, I told you. Go on Twitter. There's a pinned tweet on my PowerTarget Trade Twitter. Study the video, and it's so simple. It's so simple to join. But you gotta be able to take time to study the video, follow the instructions, and you're inside. If you're serious and you like what I'm doing, I know you'll be inside, no problem. Just follow those rules, right? I can't just take anybody. I just showed you I have 73 pending people. They all done the wrong things. And you pending people, go study the video, follow the rules. You're not going to get inside unless you follow the rules. I won't put you in. I kick people out that don't follow the rules. Constantly, my thing's fluctuating all the time. I have to waste my time, take a look. That's why I filtered things down, but it's got a lot better. I have a lot of solid people now. And I like the method I have. This is the way I'm going to be doing things in terms of getting new people. It's to filter between the lazy and the serious. And again, majority are lazy. Look at 90% lose. So to get the top 10%, it's a different metric, right? Because it's a small portion of the people, but they're there. You know, I don't, like if I said, if I help 1,000 people, right? That's still a very small portion of the population, right? But the majority of the population is loserville anyways. So you need to go to the top, the people that are just want success. They're tired of the old, the wrong. And then, thank you, Joe. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen your videos on YouTube and followed BA Trade with your plan. Oh, so you found me on the YouTube Swap Nil? This is very important. I love the video and content you provide with very limited ideas and plans. I enjoyed it. Okay, so you found me through, but how do you, okay, so you found me through the YouTube videos, but how do you, okay, what does StockTwits have to do with it? This is very important because this is how I'm structuring things to try to get, I'm doing some changes in order to get people like you. So Swapnil, you found me through YouTube, right? And you said yes. Okay. What does StockTwits have to do with it? This is what I don't understand. Explain me the StockTwits thing. I guess he's typing that now. So let's put up the SPY in the meantime. So you can see that swing, people, right? Now, I made plans, winning plans, and it's you know, if you look through my live streams, you'll see it. I found you on YouTube, and I found your username on StockTwits, but November, yeah, I didn't see. That's right. You don't see any updates because I can't post on StockTwits anymore. That's why. Well, I'm not going to bother posting anymore on StockTwits. Basically, the stock clown couldn't take it how I was burning him left, right, and center, and he cried like a baby to StockTwits. And StockTwits can't see that he was the problem till this day. He can't see that he's the problem, that he just upsets people. I try to help people swap nil, and instead I got, you know, flack. But I think they did me a favor because I started focusing more on. Yeah, I know I started focusing more on the Twitter and the truth, you know. So StockTwits wants to host the clowns, they're going to lose in the long run, because the quality people, I found that a lot of quality people, they leave the stock twits. In fact, they complained about the stock twits. When I go look at the stock twits, all I see are negative people that just want to, they're like a clowns, like the stock clown, right? The stock bookie clown, right? I can't. It has to be power trick or trade. I cannot open. There's no point in opening a new account without. I'm known as power trick or trade, right? I can't open something new, and then yeah. That's what I found. Money flow. A lot of people. I found that I've read the boards on the thing. I found that the stock twits is more. It's more like a clown show, where you have people just spewing like the stock clown, like the stock bookie is a great example of bad advice, that just wants to, that never can admit he's wrong, and when he gets proven wrong, they cry and they run for the hills, right? And that's what I did. I massacred the guy, right? And he couldn't take it, and he cried to stock twits, and then stock twits said I violated something, because and really he had to point it, because I didn't. I talked about something in the video. I had to click in it, right? So it's just he must have even some. I don't know. Like, the point is that this is gonna happen, right? When you're trying to expose wrong people, you get, it's like, that's what happens, and it's a waste of time, But the right people continue following me, and they move from the stock twits to the Twitter, right? And like I said, I found in my metrics that most it doesn't matter if they're neutral, most people are losers. Okay, meaning that they follow people expecting that to make money, but they don't want to put any effort, or they don't pay attention, and they don't wait, they don't follow whatever it is. They just don't, and that's why how do I know? I've been talking, I've been making money for people, and I've helped the right kind of people, and I know the difference between the characteristics of the people who succeed and the characteristics of the people who fail. And I can assure you that it's a high level of people out there that just don't have the right characteristics to succeed in the market. They shouldn't be in the market, right? They should not be, or they really need management, like for someone like myself to actually manage everything that they do, right? And some people, that's what they need, and I know that they just need to be managed, right? Yes, that's what I said to you, Money Flow. The market, I said that the market could chop. That's the next scenario. I don't think the market is going to drop. In other words, that we are going to test lower. Now, again, I'm going to state this again. The market, you have to be an adaptive thinker. If I see otherwise, I will have to adapt. Listen, you don't want to fight the market, but I've been right about the market pullback. I warned about a market pullback, okay? Before the market pullback, right? I talked about it. I had put plans and everything, and they were all right. From and even when we got out, Caterpillar went even lower. Like, let's take a look at Caterpillar here. Like, look at this drop in this. We shorted. We got out here, then they had earnings and it dropped more. Right? Still to this day, the stock is lower, right? And I identified the best of the best. Netflix. We were short this, and we got out early due to I had a fear of what Apple was doing. And I'm not going to be perfect, And we got out this day here, and then we went lower, right? And you can see, I mean, when we got in this day here. Oh, sorry, this day. Yeah, we got in this day here. Can't remember how I did this. Netflix. It was Netflix or NVDA. But anyways, not despite the point, people. I see some new people coming in. Now, if you missed the live stream, the recorded live stream, you can see it. This is a very good. This live stream is very informative. This is one of my best live streams. Where it's kind of a new focus, and I think I'm going to get a lot of new people that are going to want to come to the live stream and perhaps ask a question, and also see the review of what I'm doing inside of Power Group Trades and talk about Power Group Trades, and get the serious people into Power Group Trades and help grow the message of Power Trigger Trade, because there's nobody out there like me that's doing it like me. There's nobody out there. You know, the high win rate within a small selection of plans. This is what I'm known for, and the people who understand. Again, a lot of people don't have the ability to understand, but the people who do, they're like, wow, and they continuously follow and they do the retweets. This is why I have the most active. I have a more active stream than people who have a lot more followers than me, because of the quality versus the quantity. So you can have a huge following, but most of them aren't really paid. They come and go. I want the serious followers to spread the message, to get more other new people that are looking for change in the sea of madness out there, of horrible advice. Power Trigger Trade era is here upon you. I'm going to help you in all metrics. Health. If you want to improve your health, I'm the master at that too. It's if you want it though. That's another problem. A lot of people have weakness in really taking care of their health. They put that on the back burner. Big fat mistake on that point. But I'm going to keep preaching the facts, the truth to people. No one could say, if they're sick on their deathbed or whatever, or they had a horrible retirement, they could say, you know what? Power Trigger Trade did warn me. I didn't listen. I chose to just make money. Oh well, I did my part. I'm not mainstream. Listen to me. Mainstream isn't going to listen. Most people just going to close their ear. They want the simple solutions. They don't want to make the changes, right? You're talking to a guy that I'm trying to help people. How do you be your best? Okay, so I'm gonna quickly tell you. Look, I'm gonna quickly tell you how I structure my day. I wake up 5 in the morning. Okay, I wake up 5 in the morning. I work out. I look at through the stock thing, right? And as you can see now, and my new time going to bed is 10:30 p.m. Right? So my day starts at 5 in the morning, 10:30. Every day, it's the same thing. I mean, the weekend is a little shift just because it's the weekend. But you got to keep on a rhythm. Okay, so I talk the talk, I walk the walk, right? I tell people about non-mainstream things that, like, believe it or not, running regular shoes are causing such health problems to people. And that's another story, but no market guy out there is going to be able to match me for the market direction and help. These are my two passions that I've had instilled in me. A great study in understanding the market and learning what it's saying. And again, it's non-mainstream thinking. All the past traders are out to lunch in comparison into the new era. It's a new era. There's a new thought process involved. It's been proven since 2017-18. The stock clown looks like a clown. Like, people just see it. The guy just doesn't know what he's talking about anymore, right? Anyways, people, I gotta go to sleep, people. Just give me some more insight. This is the kind of person you're following. I'm this regimented. I'm working out. You see me in some of the videos. I'm in the gym 5:30 and 6 in the morning, working out, getting that workout out of the way, right? Okay, and then every other things I do is structured throughout the day, right? So my days are I use my time wisely. My sleep is very efficient. When I sleep very efficiently. I wake up full of energy. You have to know you need a strategy. Master. Health and wealth. Unbeatable metrics. Unbeatable metrics. Think about it, people. Got nothing. There's certain things money cannot buy. And this passion and leadership, it's Power Trigger Trade. And I told you, people, most mainstream people are going to fail. If you have money, but you don't have your health, you already lost. Power Trigger Trade, I'm 46 years old, and I outclass people half my age in physical ability and how I look. At 46, I'm top 5%, maybe top 3% in the world. Top 3% in the world of men in physical ability. I want you to think about the top 3% in the world, right? In terms of, in the natural level, we're not talking about people that enhance themselves. You can look good physically, but how you internally is another problem, right? Because there's people that may look good, but they're enhanced, right? Being too lean isn't healthy either. That's another sport. But anyways, people, it's important. You gotta have that balance, you know. And that's who I am, and that's why I started talking about it. But it's not mainstream, and I'm working on it. And I'm going to continue to tell the people the truth and attract the right kind of people. And God will reward me that way. It's to people who listen. He already knows. He already seen. You see why these people are suffering? There's PowerTarget Trade talking the truth. They don't want to listen. Too bad for them. Because he sent you PowerTarget Trade to tell you to make the changes in your life. To not just to make money the right way. Through strategy. To strategically improve your health. If you don't know how or want to get motivated, you've got PowerTarget Trade for that too. Find a way to contact PowerTarget Trade. Sandro, yours truly, the big picture expert. Have a good night, people. Do I take vitamins? Not really. It's really eating properly with the foods. It's the strategy in the fasting. By the way, it's very powerful. You have to know what you're doing though. Get your body right. It's everything. Everything that I do. Vitamins don't do that for you. They're just part of the picture. Vitamins are just cofactors. But again, the health part is again a strategy that I believe a lot of people are going to need coaching. Because if you make a mistake somewhere, you want to maximize. If you're not being your best, it could be sometimes we're our own enemies to ourselves. Let me put it to you this way. The top athletes have people coaching them. You know, you see, like, you take someone like a Mr. Olympia. They have coaches telling them how to work out. They're winning shows, but with coaches that don't look anything like them, right? But give them strategies, what to take, what supplements to take, whatever. You know, I'm not gonna I don't want to talk about certain things because they don't want to. Some things you don't want to talk about on YouTube, But the mainstream people don't have none of this. They have no clue what they're doing. They follow one gimmick after another, and it's really a lifestyle. And the problem is a lot of the mainstream lifestyle advice, which I know through I tried, is disastrous to your health as well. Just like shoes, any shoe. That's why you have, what do they call those? Orthotics. So that you got the car orthotics. You don't need orthotics. Orthotics. The reason why people have orthotics is because your feet get screwed up by wearing the shoes all your life. That's another story, people. But I want you to think about this. PowerTarget Trade, Health Master, Wealth Master. The market is the highest profession in the world. Billionaires, doctors, lawyers, they all go to somebody for advice because they don't know how to manage the market themselves. Highest profession. You want to be led by a big picture leader. PowerTarget Trade. I told people about Apple as a long-term investment, and we did so many option winning plans. PowerTarget Trade, people. PowerTarget Trade. I gotta go. I can go on and on. I gotta go. Spy Up. That's great. We'll see how things go tomorrow. I gotta go, people. Went a little longer. I get into the stories of PowerTarget Trade. My passion. I'm very passionate of doing the right things and helping people. But I want to help the people who are serious for success. Hello, stock market investment. Now, this guy here is a good guy. Stock market investment. By the way, I wanted to ask you. So, where did you start following me? Stock market investing. When did you start? Yes, he's a good dude. Yeah. When did you start following me? From where? From YouTube videos or from stock twits? From I don't know if he's in or he was just paying attention. Are you still there, stock market investment? Yeah. Being a long time ago, now maybe 7 months ago, laugh out loud. Stock twits before you were banned. So from stock twits before I was banned, yeah. Just watching creeping, not typing a chat. Just watching creeping, not typing in chat. Laugh out loud. Always tune in. Thank you, stock market investment. It's actually watch your plans, make plans. Plans are on fire. Real deal. Thank you. You know what? Hearing that from you means something. See, this guy here, this guy understands about the market, but knows that I'm in a different, what I do is a different, like, we're both different type of investment, you know, then he's different than what I do, right? But he realizes that, right? But he knows, you know, he understands about the market. He's actually a student of the market and studies the market and looks at the market probably more, like I say, in a different way, okay? Like I said, I believe that the old way of thinking of the market, it does not work anymore due to the Amazon reason, just as Amazon is an example. But anyways, this guy's a good guy, and I'm humbled and I'm happy to have you as somebody who pays attention. That gives me credit. That this is the quality people I'm talking about. This is what I'm trying to get. I need the right kind of people. I don't care about the losers who run from one person to another. They never do anything for me. They don't even follow the rules. Stock market trading, yeah, stock market trading, yeah. So thank you very much for the positive comments. Stock market trading. Like I said, I know you're a good guy, my friend, and it means a lot to me. Well, like I said, I mean, you are the kind of people that I need that back me up, because you're the proof of what I'm talking about, because you study the market. You have different ways of doing it than what I'm doing, but you study the market, understand that this isn't an easy thing, and you need to put the time and effort into this to succeed. You know, even though you might be giving advice, you know that there's a lot of time and effort involved in this. Oh, you recommend? Oh, thank you very much. Stock market investing, yeah. He recommended you to his he recommended you to his followers. Yeah, so you know that is a pleasurable thing. You know, this is what makes me go. You know, it's the right people that recognize, because it's when the right people find out what I'm about and see what I'm doing. That's what's important. That's the kind of growth I want. It's not, again, I'm not going to be mainstream. It's never going to be that way. I mean, it's impossible, because the people just don't have the mental capacity to go to that level. But I found amazing people. I have the stories. You know, I found amazing people. Anyways, people, I could keep going on. Well, we'll continue to. I think this is a great live stream. We're going to continue. We're going to be doing. This is a very positive live stream. Very positive live stream. Thank you very much, stock market investing. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Yes. Happy Halloween, everybody. All right. Good night, people. Yeah. You know, thank you very much, stock market investing, and you, James, everybody in the group. All the people. One second. Who else? Eric, especially Eric, and that he didn't come into the group. A lot of people, again, they're going to want to listen to me talk, right? And Dinesh, sorry, that's what I want to say. Yeah, good night, people. Great guy, Dinesh, as well. And again, he's in one of my videos and on my YouTube channel of the $1,000 gift he sent me. A $1,000 gift, right, out of free will. Anyways, check out that on my PowerTarget trades. Good night, people. I gotta go, or else I'll never stop talking. Power Trigger Trade.